Hello everyone, Canyon Hill is here. A couple of days ago I uploaded my remake of Firestarter by The Prodigy. Today I've decided to do something different from what I usually do here on my channel. In this video I'm going to be breaking down this remake. I'm gonna show you the project since some of you guys have requested it. Alright, straight off the bat. The first thing I want to mention in this breakdown is the main drum loop. It was taken from an old sample library by Zero G, Jungle Warfare Volume 1. The sample is called the Roller 162. As you can hear, it sounds a bit too fast, so I pitched it down a couple semitones to match it with the tempo of the project, which is 141.5. On this track I used an equalizer to bring up the mid-range a bit, and a reverb to give it some space and air. Here I have another drum loop from the same sample pack. It's called Tiny 162. I pitched it down as well and put an equalizer on top of it. Basically this sample just duplicates the snare and gives some groove to the drum section. So moving forward to the bass drum, this is how it sounds. The bass drum is just a sample from the track Chemical Beats by the Dust Brothers. You can still hear the background noise which is left from the original track. There is also a crash playing along with the bass drum. It's a generic TR-909 crash sample which has some pitch envelope, some compression, a bit of overdrive and reverb. So, nothing interesting about it. The next stop is this guitar loop. It is also a sample taken from the track SOS by the Breeders. Here I have a couple of equalizers, a bit of chorus and some reverb. This frequency parameter is being automated throughout the whole track. I decided to duplicate this sample with a MIDI, with a guitar MIDI track which is playing some notes. For that I used a library for Contact, Evolution Strawberry. It's playing pretty quiet, but it gives some thickness to the mix. Here I have the sub bass. It's really simple sound-wise, but what's particularly interesting about the bass is that its pitch is being automated. You can clearly hear the movement this pitch automation creates. The next thing I'd like to look at is this weird synth. I remade it using Synth 1. It's just a couple of detuned saw waves with some pitch modulation and filter envelope. So, the main sound is, of course, the lead guitar sound. To create the foundation of the sound, I used Silent 1. As you can hear, it's really simple sound. But now I'm gonna turn on this instance of Guitar Rig, which makes all the difference in the world. Here I have a preset which I changed a bit and added this wow wow pedal. You can see that this slider is moving all the time and gives the sound some movement. By the way, here I have some automations for pitch and cutoff filter. Next to this Guitar Rig plugin, I have an instrument rack with a bunch of equalizers, distortion, and chorus. And at the end of the chain, there's one instance of reverb, which is working very slightly at 12%. One interesting sound is this filtered synth, which is playing a nice fast arpeggio. Here it is. Originally, it's a preset from Korg Prophecy synthesizer. I just downloaded this sample from the internet a couple of years ago. Here, you can see a little vocal one-shot which goes like, hey, hey, hey. It's a sample from the track Close to the Edit by The Art of Noise. I just cut the low frequencies using an equalizer. Last but not least, the Acapella. Here it is.
On the bitch you hated, filth infatuated. Yeah.
Obviously, it's just a DIY acapella which I found somewhere on the internet a long time ago. You can clearly hear some portions of percussion elements and other background noises.
I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter.
That's all I wanted to cover in this breakdown. Hope you guys find it somewhat interesting and helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more remakes and content like this. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.